It's your boy Alicio Way. How y'all doing? I believe it's Monday night, right? No, Tuesday night. My days are running together. It is Tuesday night. I hope. I believe it is. So yeah, man, my days are definitely running together. Yes, it's definitely Tuesday night because I had a show earlier today. So what's up, everybody? My name's Alicio Way, and we're just doing a pop-up stream with a special guest. Yeah, just always fun to jump in here. Let's look at some comments real quick. Okay, so something also that I'm doing. Shout out to Jillian Roberts. I actually just added her from the Ecamm group. Shout out to her, man. She is super dope. So shout out to her. I'm actually doing something new. I'm actually trying to use a Restream. So like I said, I paid for a Restream way back in July, and it was like $500, and I never used it. So I'm like, let me be a good steward of my money and try to figure out how to use this program Restream. So I'm actually restreaming to Facebook and YouTube simultaneously. They actually reached out to me and wanted to sponsor the show, and I was like, I felt bad kind of taking the sponsorship, and I hadn't really used the service yet. So I told them, let me figure out how to work it first, and then we will revisit that conversation. So shout out to them. What's up? We got Jalen in the house, officially unofficial. She's super dope, man. And she is the new host now of Ecamm Network News, ENN, and that I just love that show, man. So shout out to her, and she has a lot going on, and we're actually fans of each other's content, and we've been meaning to do this stream for a long time, and we just never really made it happen. But tonight we kind of said, let's go ahead and do what we got to do and jump in there. She has some really dope topics. I believe tonight we're going to talk about. So I caught her at one of her shows, and they were talking about character versus personality, and it was just such a dope topic. And I said, let's kind of do a spinoff of that show and kind of keep the conversation going. So I invited her on, and I'm excited to talk with her. So let's go ahead and get her up now, and yeah, we'll go from there. Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Hey, 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 what's up, Eliseo? Hi, everybody.
Hey, yeah. She says my name the Spanish way, which is Eliseo. But I'm from the hood. We say Elicio.
Let me see. Wait. Eliseo?
Yeah, that's how we say it. So yeah,
Okay,
in the
okay.
hood. So like my Spanish friends, they be like, if you're gringo, you say Elicio. If you're Latino, you say Eliseo. So it's a long story, but yeah. So how are you doing and how are you feeling?
Finally made it work because you forgot to mention that we met over techniques for sweating. Like how
Oh,
not to look.
you see it's coming. You see that it's
Yeah.
already working itself up. So yeah, we're a sweat fam. Like for some reason, when we get going on our live streams, we get to sweating. So I don't know what it is. Funny story though about that is, when I realized I had a sweating problem, I think in 12th grade, and I went on a date with my girlfriend,
Oh
and
boy.
yeah, it was like my mom had to drop us off at the movie theater, and we were waiting in line for our tickets, and I was in line with my girlfriend. I'm a jit, and I'm just waiting in line, and I'm just sweating bullets in line. I'm so nervous with my girlfriend, and we
Aw.
finna go in the movie theater, and it's like kind of like my first date kind of situation. And I
Hmm.
was literally sweating bullets. And she looked at me. She's like, "Man, you're really sweating." I'm like, "I don't know why. I don't know why. It's a nervous thing." So I kind
And it's
of,
like you should have brought your game and be like, baby, that's because you're so hot.
oh man, that's good. Yeah, man, I gotta break out my Roadcaster Pro for that one, man. That's lit. See, it's in your blood. You just got game. That's what's up, man.
Oh
So
boy.
cool. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know you, because like I'm kind of introducing you to my crowd, and hopefully maybe you can bring me on your show and introduce me to your crowd, because you have a nice thing going over there, man. So kind of tell us a little bit about yourself. I would love for you to introduce yourself and let us know what you got going on. That'd be dope.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. So my name is Ana Gil. And as Eliseo said, I am the host of a web show called Officially Unofficial. And we cover topics that have to do with mindset. So anything with the way we think is the way we act, and what we attract is, from what we're thinking. And we cover topics as weight loss and the mindset to get you to that goal, and how to help yourself. So a lot of self-help topics we cover, such as the one that we're going to talk about today, which is personality versus character, and how important that is for us in building relationships, healthy relationships. So I am also a photographer, headshots photographer. Love it. Love photographing events. And I'm looking forward to going back into the real world and photographing events. So,
Wow.
Eliseo, that's about
That's what's
it.
up. So you're a photographer. I think I kind of got that gist from you just because you're really good at like pictures and visuals and stuff like that. So, like, so you've been out of the field for a while now, huh?
Yes, yes, about 12
Wow.
years. Mhm.
No, I mean, out of the field for the whole COVID thing. Like,
Oh yeah, no, you know what, Eliseo? It was actually for events, yes, but for headshots, it was lit last year. It was surprisingly lit.
wow.
A lot of people, and you know, it has to do because now, as content creators, and as we have to be online and really get our presence, you know, our branding, self branding, great. The headshots were really important. So I was super surprised on that.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's what's up,
Hmm.
man. Well, shout out to you. So,
Yeah.
what, just really quick, I know this wasn't the topic. What have you done to kind of supplement or take the place of, maybe not being in the field or like hands on with the clients? Or have you seen any drop in the hands on with the clients or not really?
Not really.
Wow.
For headshots, because I used to, so I do headshots as well as family photography and events. So the
Wow.
event aspect of it did go down. However, the headshot picked up. So I was photographing corporations
Nice.
and, you know, corporation with 30 individuals and more. So that was pretty nice. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations to you. Congratulations to
Thank
you,
you.
man. And yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, I remember when you first kind of came on my radar was in I believe the Ecamm group, and you were invited around Vlogmas time, or was it the Let's Get Live group? And you were invited around Vlogmas time. Who invited you to the group? Like, who was your connection?
Lemuel.
Oh, Lim Dog.
Lemuel,
Yeah, I call him Lim
Lemuel,
Dog. Yeah, Lim
like
Dog.
Lem. I'm like Lemuel. I'm just over here like speaking Spanish. I'm sorry, my guys.
Well, like I say, I'm from the hood, so he's Lim Dog today. Okay, that's the homie. But
Okay.
he's cool, man. I love Lim well, man. So that's
I
awesome.
know,
Yeah.
right?
So yeah, when you came in there, like I said, I believe you left a comment about the sweatiness, and I was like, oh yes, me and her, we have something in common. So cool, but dope. So let's kind of get into the topic a little bit, and so thank you for coming on to the show. It's a sporadic pop up stream, and I usually don't even really stream midweek. But like I said, I just wanted to collab with you and just jump on the stream with you. So let us know about this topic, and like I would love to kind of hear some of the interesting outtakes from the last conversation that you had. I love the topic of character versus personality. I think that is
Mm-hmm.
super important, and I know you threw some other topics out there just to kind of let them know. Another one was childhood trauma. That's a deep one that I could
Mm-hmm.
literally talk about for days, because as a
Yeah.
kid, as sometimes childhood trauma doesn't necessarily have to be from your family. It could be from your
Right.
surroundings and your environment. And I remember but before I was out of high school, I had like witnessed like a murder, you know what I'm saying? And it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of raised like in the hood. Like I would always see drugs and knives and stuff on the ground. And it was crazy. So, I believe that can definitely cause some traumatic experience as well. But we passed up on that topic to talk about character versus personality. So if you would give us some hot outtakes from your last conversation, and then we can kind of pick up the trail and keep going from there.
Okay, but first of all, I have two things to say. Come back to screen, please, Eliseo. Come back.
She said, "Come back."
Come back, guys. So I have two things to say. So one of them that I forgot to mention at the beginning is I never watched your intro. That was hot. That was pretty
Oh,
cool. That
okay.
was
Thank you.
pretty cool. I
I
really
appreciate
liked
it.
it.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's one. And then the second, you know how we were talking of camera about chiropractor and how you go
Yes.
to one and stuff like that.
Yes.
And now you just mentioned childhood trauma, how and the things that you experienced. Did you know that the body stores trauma? So that could be something there, Eliseo. You have to like, I'm telling you, that could
Yeah.
be
No.
something right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so like just the sheer thought of like when something traumatic happened, your body tenses up, right? And it kind of
Hmm.
freezes, it's like mortified, it like freezes. And sometimes
Yeah.
those muscles never really relax again. Those nerves never. So yeah, absolutely. Like the body stores trauma. Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. So with that being
Yeah.
said, you need to go to the chiropractor because you ain't never been. What's up with that?
I haven't, but you know what? Like I have a show coming up as we talked about
Nice.
with chiropractor because sleeping patterns and things like that, and it's
Yeah.
it's all oh my gosh, the body does keep the score. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Alicia, I'm telling
I love how you said the
you.
body keeps the score. Like, yeah,
Yeah, there's a book out there that I'm reading, so that's
that's dope.
yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah,
All
we're
right.
gonna try to keep this to an hour. We're 15 minutes in now, so we're not too bad. I know we have little ones we have to get back to. Like, shout out to
Yes.
all the live streamers and all the people who like running like entertainment businesses and companies from their home, and they have children that they still have to look out for, and companies they have to
Mm-hmm.
run, and they're still finding ways to create content. Like, this is content. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody made us do this, but we're just kind of getting our creative juices going, and we're like, hey, let's jump on the stream and let's talk and let's get this conversation going. So absolutely, let's get into it. So tell us
All
some
right.
dope outtakes of the last conversation and some points that stood out to you about character versus personality. We'd love to hear that.
Okay, so my guest was a local author. His name is Khalid Bey. So I got his book and we were talking about it. So these are his perspectives and how I understood the way he explained it. So, character, the thing that resonated with me the most is that character is it will be really, really hard to change. They're like your core is ingrained in you. It's like in your genes. It's like your core, right? That's who you are. And personality is ever changing and it is
Hmm.
evolving. And we can adjust our personalities depending on the environment. Like we can change our personalities going from room to room, but
Mm-hmm.
our character is
Wow.
what is who we are.
Hmm.
So, for example, Eliseo, come back to screen.
I'm here. I'm
I'm
here.
like, I
I'm
want
here.
to see your.
I'm here. I'm sorry. Yeah. I won't go too much often. My bad about that. My
All right,
bad.
I'm like, I want to see you, and he's like, I'm like, okay. So, for you, right? For you, what are you? When you're going to talk to someone, or when you're going to interview someone, or even do business with them, right? Or even get into a relationship with them, what is it that you go for? Do you go for personality or you go for character to make that decision?
So I don't want to too much get into semantics when it comes to the definition of character versus personality. But the way I see character versus personality is kind of inverted from what you said and kind of what your guest said, because in my opinion, you know how you always hear something like, if you go through that, oh, that builds character, or if you do that, oh, that's good, it builds character. So for me, character is something different in personality in the respect of your personality. For me, is kind of like, the in every sense of the word, is personal. It's actually who you, the essence of who you are, like how you were born. That's your personality. Like me, my children, even at 1 or 2 years old, I can see all of their personality. They're funny, they're giddy, they're alone, they're loners, or whatever the case may be. But character is like, in every situation of life, no matter where you go, you have to build character for certain situations. So if you get a certain job, like if you go to the army, you're not many people are tough. They have to go through boot camp and build their character for that role, which is, a serviceman. Or if you are a doctor, you have to go through school to get, good bedside manner, to build your character for that role. So it's almost like, even the sense of the word with character, like a movie, like you're playing a role. That's a character in that movie. That's a character
Mm-hmm.
in that role. So like I said, I think my definition is maybe inverted from yours, because I believe a character is the role that you play in life at that specific time, with different situations that you have to come across, that you have to build that character for. And your personality, in that sense of the word, is personal. It's like actually who you are, how you were born. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. It does make sense, but the way and it's that's usually the way people understand it to be. But for example, character is who you are
Yeah.
behind closed doors.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, who you are behind closed door. Your personality will be, and again, this is just all perspectives, right? And the personality will be how you act when you are with people. So, for example, you go to a party and you might be introverted, right? That's all right. You go to you're talking to someone on another on another event, you might be extrovert. So you might be like, it depends on the mood and the
Right.
environment and
Yeah.
on who you're hanging out with, right?
Yeah.
So the character is when you are behind closed doors, right? And you're just like, you just being you, right?
Yeah.
Would you act the way you act behind closed doors in front of someone,
Yeah.
right? So some people may not. Some people may be like, okay, no, because that is their character, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
it's it's, it's interesting. It's a
Yeah.
really really interesting topic.
Yeah,
Is
it is. Yeah, but I will say, no matter what your personality is, I do believe it's kind of like, your personality. I've heard this before, but and not with these two words, but it was like your personality will get you in the door, but your character is just what keeps you in the door, type thing,
That's
right?
it.
So,
That's it.
I actually, Steve had a question. He said, "Do you think your character? Would you say character is situational, based off your situation?" So, did you want to take a stab at that? Because I have my thoughts.
I could. Hi, Steve.
Hey, what's up,
Steve
Steve?
is not. In my opinion, character is not situational. In my experience, personality is situational. Because character, for example, like so if I'm going to go into business with someone and it's going to be I want this business to work, right? I'm going to look at their character. I'm going to look if they are reliable, as I'm going to look at what they do when they're not at work and see if that is who they are across the board, right? So I'm gonna look at their character. But if it's like a personality wise, I'm be like, okay, they will be good at this, they will be good at that.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
But I can change. That
yeah,
is situational to me, personality.
yeah.
So Eliseo, take
Yeah, so I mean, once again, so it's so hard with these type of words not to get into semantics, right? Because it's like, are
right.
we talking about character or character traits? You know what I'm saying? So is that the same thing, or are those different? Because you can look at certain people's character traits and be like, okay, kind of like what you were saying. What are you looking for, Alicio, in person who you want to do business with? Well, I don't know I haven't observed them, and many times I haven't observed them long enough to know their character. But so
Yes.
therefore, I have to look for certain character traits. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
in that regard, kind of piggybacking off of what you said, Anna, right? Anna Hill. I ain't gonna be no
You
gringo
got
tonight.
it.
I'm not gonna be a
Okay, thank
gringo
you.
tonight.
Thank you,
I'm gonna
Eliseo.
be
Thank
Latino
you.
tonight. All right. So, but you know, man, that's a tough one because depending on the role that you need to be for that person or for that situation, your personality, to me, your personality, if you're a kind person or if you're soft spoken or if you're gentle, that's, to me, that's personality, kind of like that's who you are. Like, you're not like just you think before you speak type thing. But
Mm-hmm.
now after you speak, that's the character, what you actually say. And it's
Mm-hmm.
how you say it is your personality, but what you say is your character. So it's like,
Yes.
depending on the situation, going back to my doctor analogy, if you're a doctor, I'm in insurance. That's one of the things I do. That's one of my businesses. And when I go out
Mm-hmm.
to people's homes and I'm signing them up for life insurance or the health insurance, a lot of times I will hear some of my clients, they'll say, "Oh, don't give me that doctor because I heard he has bad bedside manner." You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh man, that's crazy that this doctor has a reputation, even though this may be a good doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He may be out here saving lives, but he's one of those doctors that just maybe tell you like it is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you got high blood pressure. Stop eating, salt or whatever. So it's like, I do believe in certain cases character can be situational based off the situation, because it's like I have to kind of change my character, my role, to be a better bedside manner. So like I say, it's really, at this point, it's kind of really getting into semantics a little bit, but
I'm gonna
it's
Google it.
she said I'm gonna Google it.
But wait, how about let's ask Steve what he thinks about
Yeah,
that? Because if he asks a
we could
question,
have
he
brought
probably has an idea.
we
I'm,
could have brought Steve on if he wanted to
I'm
jump
about to
on.
Google it.
He
I'm
said
about to
so.
Google this. I'm about to text the author right now. Jump in and check us out.
Steve said, agreed. Character is a person's full body of work, a consistent level of behavior and values, good, bad, indifferent, or indifferent over time. Absolutely. So yeah,
Thank
shout
you.
out. We got some more people in the chat. I don't want them to feel like we're ignoring them. So what's up, Devin? He said, "Hey fam, just joined, but this really sounds good. Appreciate it." We got James Hicks. What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Hey,
We
James.
got Marco Polo over on. Oh, that's pretty cool. So this is somebody over on YouTube. So that's pretty cool. So
Nice. Hi.
that's pretty dope that Ecamm brings all of the comments into Ecamm. So that's pretty dope.
That's awesome. So wait, Eliseo, did you say that Restream was $500?
The pro account, yeah, it was $490. I paid $490. That's like the pro account. So yeah, and
Yes, ma'am.
and I
Okay.
and it's like my renewal is coming up in July, and I had not used nothing, not one time. I think I tried it a couple times and it didn't work, and I was like and I kind of got frustrated. But
Yeah,
no, yeah,
you
no,
bowling
I
getting
ain't.
like for 90
I'm
and
not.
just using it twice.
I'm definitely.
Nah.
I'm
So
definitely.
what else did they the audience thinks about?
Yeah, no, I mean that was pretty much it. Like, oh, we got James in the building. What's up, James Riley? What's up, brother? He said, Restream is a grip. Yeah, Restream is a grip. Like I said, they reached out and wanted to sponsor the show, and I just felt bad taking a sponsorship, and I hadn't used it at all, right? So I said, I'm gonna force myself to get in here and figure it out. So now we're restreaming from YouTube to Facebook and so on and so forth. So
And it's
yeah,
looking good.
yeah, it's okay, man. It's okay.
Yeah, right? Yeah, 'cause sometimes it's like, okay, it's like
it's
laggy or whatever, but it looks good. It's looking
it's
good right now.
it's jittery. You're the one making it look good. Trust me, it's not me. Okay, it's not my.
It's the camera, it's everything, Eliseo, it's everything. So, so yeah. So then, do you think, right? I mean, like, I know you're not gonna change your mind right now about like personality versus character,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
right? But it doesn't make sense what we're saying, Eliseo,
yeah. Oh
about
yeah.
that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, man. Shout out to Digital Buddha in the house. What's up, Digital Buddha? He's over on YouTube. So this is pretty cool, man. This is my first time doing it. I think products once you purchase them. I know, bro. No, that's definitely not good. That's not good. But it's so when it comes to this live stream, and not trying to change subject, but when it comes to this live stream, and sometimes it's a certain level of FOMO that we get, when something comes out, and it's like, and I'm one of the kind of people that I will invest in the early stages of something so I can get it at a really low rate. Like I remember when Dropbox came out, it was, I believe, like '07 or '08. I got like a lifetime Dropbox membership, like unlimited memory, because I was one of the beta testers, and I got it for like a really good price. So like a lot of software, I would just go ahead and buy it up front, like early in the game, so I can have it like Ecamm. Like there's people who's grandfathered in the Ecamm. They don't ever have to. I got a friend, he don't even have to pay a monthly or annually fee because he bought it when it was a one-time subscription. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so going back to your question, sometimes I'll get stuff not with the necessarily meaning to use it right away, but just to kind of have it in my back pocket just in case it pop off, then it's good to go.
So what are you doing with crypto? Are you doing anything with crypto? Because like that was some new stuff, and
Yeah, I
if
mean,
you're
I got a couple.
like that, like
I got a couple dollars in there, but it's not like I really need to figure that part out though. The crypto thing, I definitely. Man, we got RK3, man. Shout out to RK3, man. I'm a big fan of his work, man. He is always putting in work, man. You know who RK3 is,
oh,
right?
you
Robert.
put me on the spot.
Ah, my
Does he
bad, my
have
bad.
another name? Robert
Robert
Kennedy.
Kennedy
I
the
seen
third.
him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
he's
he change
always.
his profile picture? I think it's I know I remember his name, but I don't know if he changed his profile
We
picture.
got
Oh
Deontay
my god.
Holland said Jones High in the building. What's up, bruh? I don't know him by that. I don't know from that picture profile, but it's probably somebody I know, man. But what's up, man?
See, that's what I'm saying. People be
Yeah.
changing their profile.
Said
It's like,
JP Moses, let's go. What's up, man? Make sure that you use that voice changer at least once. I have it right here, man. I have it right here. Robert Kennedy said, I need to get in Alicia's hand-me-down list. Ah, that's funny. They got jokes now.
right? I'm
They got
telling you. So
jokes.
we're like, okay, for real. Because I'm like, I'm going to figure you out by the end of the show. I'm going to figure out your character there, Mr. Eliseo.
That's what's up, man. But I think that is really a really dope, topic. How do you even come up with your topics for your shows, Anna? Like, is it like your community tells you what they want you to talk about, or is it you, or what is it?
Sometimes it's a combination of both, but most of the time it's just on conversations. So I am very fortunate to have children who are very outspoken, and we talked about a variety of topics. And I choose one that is really good, that resonates with me, as well as I have friends. We talk about it, and if it's a topic that I like, I will. Find an expert to come to invite to the show, and then we talk about it. So personality versus character was one of them, because in my psychology classes when I was in college, that was one of them
Wow.
that I really enjoyed.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
How many children
Mm-hmm.
do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
I do mine, and I ain't saying.
Oh,
I'm
my
like,
bad. Okay. Okay. My
I'm
bad.
just kidding. I'm just
Uh,
kidding, Eliseo.
it's not like I asked you
I
how
just
old you are. Like,
Hey,
how
no,
old are
I just
you?
gotta make you sweat. I gotta make you sweat there,
Why?
Eliseo.
Why are you
No,
doing that though? Why you,
I
Mama?
have three awesome children.
That
Three
is
awesome
dope. I
children.
have three as well,
Yeah.
man. I have three as well.
Yeah.
So, but
You
you're
have Spider-Man, Batman, right?
why?
Superman.
Why are you
Like,
coming on my stream with the shade though? Why you coming on my stream with the shade, bro? But no, that's dope. But no, yeah, you're almost out the woods though. You're almost out the woods.
yes.
I'm just entering the woods. Like,
Hmm. It's awesome, but those are awesome years, though. I mean, like, look at what he was doing. I mean, he was, I don't know if you guys have seen, well, I mean, like, we should have a picture of this situation, Eliseo, to show your audience what your child was doing. But I mean, it's like the skills they have when they want to get something. And I don't blame him, because that's Cheez-Its. And I love Cheez-Its. I would have done the same thing.
Cheez-Its. Yeah, we have to. Them Cheez-Its was some Cheez-Its. You got to have a box of Cheez-Its. When you got little kids, man, they will save some lives around here. Cheez-Its doing the most good out here in these streets, man. So
For real, for real. So, Eliseo, can I ask you a question?
please go ahead. Just don't ask me
Where?
in Spanish, because I won't be able to answer.
Oh, shoot.
Don't do
Okay,
that. Don't. I
so,
shouldn't have gave you no ideas. I shouldn't have
okay,
gave you no
okay.
ideas.
So, where are you from?
I'm born and raised in Orlando, Florida. Born and raised in Orlando. Yeah. But yeah, my
Okay.
dad is from city. Well, my dad's family is from Puerto Rico, and I did like my research. It's the city called City of the Witches. It's funny. It's crazy. I forget. I
Okay.
forget what it's like. It has a man. I need to Google it right now.
It's
But
Spanish and the Spanish. Yeah, Google that, because I Googled character and personality over here, and it gave me some nice points.
so, oh man,
But it's la Isla de las Brujas. This is
no, it's Guayama, Guayama. Yeah, Guayama, Puerto Rico. Yeah. So
Guayama, Puerto
they're
Rico.
from like
Okay.
San Juan and Guayama. From what I was told, I could be completely wrong, but from what I was told from my family, they're from like San Juan and Guayama. And Guayama means city of the witches, which is like, I'm like, man, I got to get, I've never been to Puerto Rico, but I got to get over there. But it's kind of crazy because I was like, my mom is black, my dad is Puerto Rican. I was raised in the hood, right? So it's kind of like, of course, I have a Puerto Rican name, Eliseo, right? And I was like, I always had like long hair, and like even when I was younger, it was even longer. And so like what's crazy is, talk about childhood trauma. I was raised in a part of town where like we had gangs, like the Latin Kings was like the Spanish kids, right?
Oh,
And then we
geez.
had the
Okay.
Bloods and the Crips. They were like the black kids. So for the longest time, like the Latin Kings and the Bloods and the Crips, they were like at war. Like it was like it was bad, right? So being that I was on the side of the town or in the neighborhood where the Bloods and the Crips was, and they were fighting the Latinos and the Latin Kings, I had to suppress my my Puerto Rican status for the
Oh,
longest.
shoot, you denied.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wasn't like denying my Puerto Rican status, but I was just like, I wasn't out here trying to learn how to speak Spanish, put it that way. You know what I'm saying? So when that blew over and I got grown and was like, man, I really wish there was a situation where I would have learned Spanish. And because at one point my father was trying to help me learn, and I was like, I wasn't really trying to learn. But now I'm 40, like about to be 40 next year. And it's like so embarrassing. I can't even speak to most of my family, like in the Puerto Rican side, like in Puerto Rico. I can't. Of course, they don't know English, but it's not the same like your native tongue, right? So now I'm on a mission. You know, I inboxed you. I'm like, I'm on a mission to learn Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So
Yeah.
you're
I
gonna be
bet you
my.
you know I bet you know how to speak food, though. The I mean, like that's a language you like. Yeah, arroz, pollo. I bet you know how to speak that though.
Nah,
You know.
I'm vegetarian, so no pollo. Okay, no pollo.
Oh, okay, okay. You know what? That's awesome. I love vegetables. I
That's
love it,
what's
but I
up.
do eat meat. Hmm. I do.
That
But
is
Eliseo, you
funny.
mentioned something about your hair. Like I cause you took some awesome pictures for your 40th birthday, which they were amazing. Your photographer did a great job.
39th birthday. 39th. Don't give me
39th birthday. Well, you
don't.
did that thing, you said you were 40.
I said
You said I'm in
next
my
year.
40s.
I said next
Oh,
year I'll be 40. Shout out, man. We got
Jesus,
some
like
more people that
39.
checked in. Shout out to Fully in the Building, Fulgens Henry, your
Hey,
your
Fulgence.
co-host, the co-host of the best Ecamm show. I said it. I don't care what nobody
Yes.
say. The best Ecamm show right now on ENN is you guys' show, and I love it. I love what you guys are doing. So keep that going, man. They need to make that a thing. It needs to be on YouTube and everything. Why are you guys not simulcasting YouTube? It's just keeping it in the group.
Um, no. We're on that. We're definitely on that. With and Building Blocks also. You forgot. Like Fulgence also is the co-host of Building Blocks. So
Yes,
we
gotcha.
teach the Ecamm live text overlays and all that good stuff.
That's what's
So,
up,
but no,
man.
Elisa, we're gonna do it on YouTube.
Yeah,
Definitely.
you know
Yep.
what I'm saying? When you guys do the Monday night network news network thing, it should be simulcast to the YouTube channel because it's very informative to what you guys do with that. So,
Thank
super
you. Thank
dope.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
we have LBC branding in the house. Michelle, what's going on? Yeah, we just hanging
Look at
out.
that gang showing up.
I know,
Awesome.
right? They coming in all late because we about to shut it down in about another less than 20 minutes.
Yes. I mean, they can throw another topic at us.
Yeah, y'all can throw another topic at us. We were talking about
Yeah.
character versus personality, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the difference between what is the essence of your personality, right? And then what is the essence of your character. So,
Right.
me and Anna, we kind of had different opinions about it, but it's very important that you kind of understand the two. So yeah, if y'all want to chime in on that, or if y'all want to give us another topic, we can chop it up with that real quick. I want to be a guest on your show though. When can I be a guest on Officially Unofficial? I love that title. How'd you come up with that title, by the way?
What happened was, all right. So, so
Hilarious.
for real. So I believe in the power of manifestation, the law of attraction, and all that good stuff, right? So I wanted to come up with a title that was exactly what I wanted to do. I'm a very curious person, so I love learning about a lot of different things, but I'm not an expert at it, right? Because I don't have the title. So I was like, how can I one name? So I went to sleep and I asked myself, can you please give me a name when I wake up?
Wow.
And like a couple of days later,
Wow.
in the middle of the night, I came up Officially Unofficial. I wrote it in my diary next to my bed. And when I woke up in the morning, you know how we forget names, right? We
Yeah,
forget our dreams. So I
absolutely.
was like, shoot, that was an amazing name. What? And I didn't remember. And then I remember I wrote it. So then I looked in the book and there it was, written
Man.
in Officially Unofficial.
Wow. That is awesome. I love that. I love that name
I love it.
because I love anything that has the yin and yang effect. You know what I'm saying? I love anything that
Yes.
it's like, it's almost like the oxymoron effect, like jumbo shrimp, right? You know what I'm saying? I just love that because what it does is it deals with both sides of the spectrum because you have people on both sides of the spectrum, and you
Yes.
don't want people to feel like alienated or left out. So if you can come up with a name or a title that embodies both sides of the spectrum, the yin and the yang, then that is dope. So shout out to you for that. That's awesome.
Thank you, thank you. Check you out. So wait, Elisa, talk to me about the jumbo shrimp. What is that yin and yang? Like there are
Well,
jumbo shrimps.
it's the oxymoron. It's the oxymoron. It's like
Okay.
words that go against itself in a sense. Well, I know is English your first language?
English is my second language.
Okay, so you know what
Yeah,
do
yeah.
you know what oxymoron is?
I do know what
Okay,
oxymoron is, but I
cool.
wasn't sure about the jumbo shrimp because
Well,
there are jumbo shrimps. I mean, like I eat shrimp and I love shrimp and I get myself some jumbo shrimps. So I was trying
man,
to figure that out.
let's jump in the comments. Kirk said Anna's camera is fire. Like that is one of the first
Aw.
things that I notice about not Anna, Anna. I'm not gonna be a gringo tonight. I'm gonna be a Latino tonight. Anna.
Good,
All
good,
right.
good, good.
And that is true. Like you use I believe I actually use a Nikon. Is it?
Yes, it's an icon. It's an awesome Nikon. I have lighting and I have an amazing lens that is a 2470. It's just my baby. I love that. I love him. He's great.
So you have a Nikon with a 24 millimeter. Oh no,
Mm-hmm.
it's a scope. It's a
Zoom.
20 zoom. Okay, so 24 to 70. Wow.
Yes.
Is there
Yeah.
any? All right. Well, let me go back here. Steve, I don't want to skip him. Steve said, "Have you ever dealt with imposter syndrome?" We're gonna come back to that question because that's a great question.
For
But
sure, Steve. Yeah. Yeah. Steve is a speaker, right?
I'm sure he has he has
Yeah.
speaker vibes. That's for sure. But Kirk said, "I would love to know lighting setup. Is there any way we could see your lighting setup? Do you have any way
I
we
don't
could
have
see?
it. I don't
What
have like
what describe it? What is your lighting setup?
so I have two lights right in front of me. They're pretty big because I use them for headshots, and then I have my camera in right in front of me. So the camera's in the middle, and then the lights on the side, each one on the side, just illuminating what I want to
So
illuminate. So they have different
are they umbrella lights or do you have soft boxes on them? Like
stuff boxes.
on both of them?
Yes,
That's what's up,
yeah,
man.
and then
Well,
they had different percentages. Lighting percentages. So I just
yeah,
play around with it.
that's
Mm-hmm.
dope. I noticed that Lim Dog is a photographer. You're a photographer,
Yes.
and you
Mm-hmm.
guys kind of came over into the streaming world. And your picture is just phenomenal. Both of y'all, the lighting and whatnot, it's so soft. It's just perfect, man. So, like me,
Yeah.
I have harsh lighting. You can see like the harsh shadows. If I put my hand up, you can see the harsh
Right. But
shadows.
you like
So,
it though. I mean, you're lit, literally, not just we live lit, but you like your face is lit. So it's like, your shape. So your lighting is good. But the thing also that when people ask me that, it's not only the lens and the camera, is everything. So it's a whole package. It's the camera, the lens, the lighting, how you have the lighting adjusted, the angle you have your lighting at, because all the lighting shapes
yeah,
our faces and our bodies, so we just have to know like what we're shaping,
look at
and then on
that.
top of that you have your LUTs and things like that, so it's like a
Man.
combination of all
So
of that.
you be holding out. You know some stuff, but you be just holding out the info. Like you're a wealth of knowledge, right? But a lot of times I feel like I get vibes that you take like the humble route and be like, I don't want to really step into like the teacher role or anything like that, or the instructor role or the mentor role. Like, but you have a lot of knowledge. Obviously, you're talking about all these different tech terms that I don't know, right? So yeah, you should do like some type of course or class or something, like teaching people about lighting and video lighting and photography lighting, or just the whole gambit of it all, because you obviously know your stuff. So shout out to you.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. Thank you. I do that locally. So I teach classes for local women organizations, teaching them how to use lighting in their cameras and things like that. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
lit. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm,
My bad,
mm-hmm.
my bad. Let me shut up.
No, no,
Let me shut
no, no,
up.
no, no, no. You're good. I just don't do it in the community yet because I mean I want to do so many things, but it's like the children, and then I have to select, and then I'm doing ENN, and we're doing building blocks with fulgens and stuff like that. So it's like have to like select, and now I'm doing this show and telling you about lighting. So you see, I did it.
That's
Eh?
what's up, man.
Hey, hey.
So you got America Verrero vibes. Is that her name? Has anybody ever told you that?
Yes, yeah, they have, they have,
Uh,
they have told me
well,
that.
let me Virera. Is that how would you say it? America Virera? I don't know.
America is it Herrera? I don't know her last name actually. Let's
Oh
Google that.
man,
Let's
yeah,
Google that.
you definitely got America vibes, man. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, that's
So,
what people say, and I think she's Dominican too. I'm telling you.
what is your Latino sector? I guess I
my
don't know, because we're all
my
like
sector.
I don't know, like what are you? I guess.
I am Dominican.
Oh,
I
you're
was born in the
Dominican.
Dominican Republic.
Wow,
Hmm.
wow,
Yeah, hence my first
wow.
language. Yes, 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 yes,
Wow,
yes.
that's dope.
Hmm.
That's what's up. And
Hmm.
I think what's so dope about like being like just Spanish or Latino, like Latina, I don't know, is like there's like they run the gambit of the color spectrum. They're super dark. Like
Yeah,
my family, man, is super dark. Like look like they come from Africa, and then on the other side of my family, I got like blonde hair, blue eye people. Like it's
yeah.
crazy, so
I believe you. Yeah, like my mom is very very light skinned, and my dad was light skinned. But then my grandfather is like African everything, right? So that's why I got my also a little tan from. So that's. I'm like, thank you, Grandpa. Because they're like my sisters are like both very light skinned, and they're over there tanning and doing all the stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I got it.
what part of DR your family from?
The capital, so it's Santo Domingo.
Oh, that's what's up. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I really hear about DR these days is girls go over there to get their bodies done. That's literally all I really hear about it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's like
yeah. I mean,
every time I hear one of my friends like, I'm going DR, I'm like, what you going over there
with
for?
my
I'm getting
tax money.
Exactly.
I got my tax money. Stimulus. I'm about to get stimulus. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. If my girls are watching this, I'm so sorry, but he mentioned it first. I just followed.
It's not your fault. What you mean? What you apologizing for?
Oh,
she said not stimulus, spinulus. I'm finna spin that joint.
No. Like the stimulus, right? The stimulus check
I didn't. Did you get one? Did you get those? I didn't get them. And I know I'm under the income threshold. I know I'm under the income threshold, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I know people who make way more money than me that got one. I'm like, huh? What's really
not
going
fair.
on? It's
contact them, Eliseo. Contact them.
Let's go.
You're Eliseo. You're Eliseo, the content creator. Which, by the way, Eliseo, how do you get into it from insurance? Being an insurance company, and now you're a content creator.
Man, let me keep it 100 with you, and then we're gonna get to Steve's question. I don't like doing insurance. You know what I'm saying? So my mom kind of got me into it because I've seen my mom make $1 million in insurance. She's really good at it, and she can sell insurance to whoever. She told me when I was young, she's like, if you don't want to go to college, because I had full scholarships as college for music and stuff like that, and I turned down all my scholarships because I wanted to be a rapper and really a music producer. And then I was I was successful doing that. Like I made beats for my group, a lot of people, made some decent money, and then we toured for like 10 years. It was dope. But my mom was like, listen, if you don't want to go to college, then go get your insurance license and sell insurance, because you can make a lot of money. I'm like, whatever, mom, whatever. Now, literally almost 20 years later, I see my friends, like even my mom and my friends who got in the business, they're retired. I have a friend who's 33 who just retired, literally. And he retired from just selling insurance. You know what I'm saying? So
good for him.
But I don't regret it. I don't regret it because I lived a great life before that. But now I just do insurance just to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? Like it's good money. It's one of those jobs where any sales job, you can work whenever you want to work your own hours, work as much or as least as you want to work. And if you get in the right industry like insurance, you can I can sell a life insurance policy and make $1,000 for 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Or I can sell a Medicare policy and make $750 for 15 minutes. You know, it's crazy. It's like get into a field where you can make exponential money for a little bit of time and effort, if that makes sense. So that's the only reason I'm in insurance.
Is it really though? Because you have to learn though. You have to learn.
No, I wouldn't say that. Well, yeah, of course, with anything you do, you have to learn. But for instance, you don't need a college degree. All you got to do is go take the state exam. And once you take the state exam, then you can start selling insurance. I think what you mean is you do have to learn the art of sales and the psychology of sales. Absolutely. From open to close and prospecting. And, I'm running Facebook ads and learning Facebook ads. It's frustrating when me and my sister, we run Facebook ads and we know we ran the ad. And then like, soon as we get the lead back, we call them up. Remember, we're in the senior market. So we call them up and they're like, what ad you talking about? I didn't put my number in there. Oh my Lord. Here we go.
It's the per click thing. You clicked on that link.
Exactly.
It's man.
Funny. So let's get back to Steve's question though, really quick. But yeah, just to answer your question, I don't like necessarily insurance. It's not a passion, but it's good money, right? So but content creation, music, video, audio, that stuff, I could do that in my sleep. I could do it for free, you know what I'm saying, which I did for years, which I still do. But I tell a lot of creatives that's coming up, it's like, bro, you can go all in with the creative stuff, and that's fine, you should, but make sure I tell them kind of what my mom said, then get into something that can pay you exponentially, like sales or something like that can give you like a lot of money for a little bit of effort. So yeah. All right, cool. So Steve said, what about imposter syndrome? Have you ever dealt with that?
Yes, I think that's something that, in my opinion, everybody deals with. But me, yes, I mean, like, it's this thing where you're gonna do something and then you just talk yourself out of it. It just by the fear of like whatever, and it's just constantly there. But you have to just know that it is, recognize it for what it is, and just push forward.
Yeah.
So what about you, Eliseo? And also you, Steve, like, what, tell
Yeah.
us if you have
Yes.
covered that.
With me, because for me, imposter syndrome is not really being confident in what like you could do, right? So like you doubting yourself, right? It's like, well, I'm known for this, or or not even known for it, but I want to do this, or I want to get into this. But when the opportunity comes for you to step into it, then you're doubting yourself, or then you're like
Mm-hmm.
second guessing yourself. So for me, that's
Mm-hmm.
imposter syndrome, and I think we all deal with that on some level.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely. But I know one thing that kind of helped me get over it is and there's the opposite of imposter syndrome too, where it's like people just ain't even qualified for what they trying to do, but they just going for it, which I ain't mad at. You get your money, but I think the internet has brought out a whole new brand of people who they feel like they can just run some Facebook ads or run their course, and you don't know if they're really qualified to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So but it don't matter
But
because
that's
it's
not sustainable though. When it happens like that, don't you
uh-huh.
think, Elisa, that's not sustainable because they might run this ads and they might do this, but if they don't have the organization or the sense of like, direction,
Oh,
it's not gonna go. That's why you see a lot of people starting something and then they do get successful, like for example, real quick, but then all of a sudden you don't see them again.
absolutely.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
mhm,
And but for me, imposter syndrome, I deal with maybe some level of that, but I remember just like for me, it's so for me, I kind of take the pressure off myself because I don't focus on like the money aspect of it or necessarily the result aspect of it, even though we should. I focus on
mhm,
the people aspect of it, right? I focus on the
mhm,
relationship aspect of it. So for me, that takes a lot of pressure off because I'm not set at, oh well, I didn't meet the financial goal, or I didn't meet this
right.
benchmark, or this whatever milestone in the business. But if I focus on, okay, how did I cultivate that relationship? Did I help this person? Did I add value to this person? Did I make their life a little bit easier? So to me, that takes the
Mhm.
pressure off of the whole imposter syndrome because now I'm just focusing on the people, right? And I remember
Yeah.
when I got a deal, one of the deals I got last year for content creation was like a $20,000 deal that I was like, wow, this is crazy. I'm going to help this company create this content. But normally I probably would have been like not accept the deal because I'm like, like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I could really deliver
Right.
on it, or like if I'm gonna meet their expectations, or because I want to exceed their expectations.
Listen,
But
for real.
the
Yeah.
dude who get who actually I did the deal with, they just had this ultimate faith in me, more faith than I had in myself. They were like, no, dude, you're awesome. I love everything you do, and I know you're gonna kill it, and just take my money type thing. So I was like, okay, cool, let's do
Mhm.
it, right? And it worked out great. Like they love everything I did. So yeah, I did have
Right.
that little imposter syndrome kind of creep in, but I think it's really dope to have people who can see in you so what sometimes you can't see in yourself, kind of. And that really
Mhm.
that helps you because now the next deal that comes my way and the future deals that did come my way, I had a lot more confidence. Like, well, the first one
Mhm.
went really well, so let me just duplicate what I did the first time and try to do it better, and at least I can't go backwards, right? So yeah, just to answer that
Right.
question.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, Eliseo, way to go.
Okay, I know that much.
I'm like,
I
wait, you see what I did there? Way to go.
bars, bars.
Saying, I just saying, did Steve answer about the imposter syndrome? See if
Let's
like
see. He
if we
said,
got it right.
He said, I embrace it. It's situational. It appears when you are on the brink of something big. Man, that is true. Imposter
Yes.
syndrome.
Okay.
Imposter syndrome don't never come around when you ain't doing nothing, right? It only rears its ugly head when you about to break through. So I love that. And that's a great mindset to have.
Yeah.
I love those one liner mindset shifts of sayings, right? So I can tell somebody from this point on that I heard from Steve, Man, they're dealing with imposter syndrome. Listen, imposter syndrome only comes around when you about to do something big, because it don't have no reason to come around if you ain't doing nothing big. So if you're feeling some type of way about something, dig deep inside and push through. Man, that's a word right there, Steve. I love that.
That's it. Man. Look at you.
He said, embrace it and give yourself space to understand you are about to do something major. Where's my bombs at?
Oof. Where my bombs
Oof. Oh, here it go. It's low. Can you hear that? Can you hear my bomb?
I heard it. It was an explosion.
Whatever.
Yeah, listen. But that's true though. That's true because nothing shows up. It's just like, nothing shows up unless there's going to be a breakthrough, because that's when you feel. That's when you kind of shake it a little bit and you start questioning yourself. Do I deserve this? What is something that's going to happen and things like that. So yeah.
Michelle said, Dominicana in the house. We are the world. She's Dominican?
Wait, you Dominican? What?
She's Dominican around that thing. He said, that was good, Steve. It only comes around when you're doing something big. Man. Yeah. For real.
Steve about to quote that and put it in his face, but do it up.
RK3 said, look at Alicia with the motivation. I'm just reading the words off the screen, brother. This ain't me.
No, you're dropping though. You're dropping things. You're picking it up and continuing the thing. You're doing good. Yeah, you're dropping.
Man, that's what's up. So
you said that was the imposter syndrome right there.
Alicia Ziegler. He's silly. So I know this much. We have 3 más minutos, right? Minutos.
Okay.
So I was talking with my cousin today, and what gets me messed up with the Spanish is the female and the male plurals, right? Because you can say buenos dias, right? But then when you go to tardes and noches, it's buenas tardes and buenas. And I'm like, what? Why did it change from buenos to buenas? And
right. Like, yeah. So sometimes you don't question things. You just say, because I don't know the answer to that. Yeah. I don't know. Say, because that's one of those things, they're like,
I'm not crazy, whatever. Right? I'm not crazy.
No, you're not.
I remember for the longest I was saying no problemo. And they're like,
that's not right.
That's wrong. It's no problema. Okay, I'm like,
yeah, exactly. I correct that a lot. It was a movie. Like movies usually get words like like that. So when I hear people, I'm like, that was from that movie. It's not like that. That was a movie. I'm telling you, it was a movie.
Man, that's what's up. Well, hey, we want to say thank you all for coming through, man. RK3, Kirk hung out with us for a little while, man. I appreciate you, Kirk, man. Kirk is gonna be on my show at the end of the month, man.
Hey.
Creators on the come up. I'm super excited to have him on the show. He is a sniper out here in these internet streets.
Isn't Kirk going to be in the Live in Color? Is that what I saw? Is it?
Yes, he's speaking in that too. Kirk doing major things. I just wanna, you know what I'm saying? Be like, I know, bro. I know you. I know you. Hey.
It's the suit. Suit, Eliseo. We gotta wear suits. To wear suits.
And shout out to RK3 too. Like I said before, RK3 is always doing big stuff. I love his content, man. I believe RK3 is just gonna catch a wave. People's gonna see his content and it's just gonna blow up, man. So, oh man, yeah.
Oh hey, Robert Kennedy. That's That's what you call him. That's
RK3. Yeah, RK3. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool, man. Well, leave us with some words. Is it la prima or?
You can say prima, la prima. Yeah, prima, no la. Unless you're like if.
So, but see,
if you're referring,
okay.
If you're referring to me, if you're talking about me with someone else, then you say la prima. But to me right now, you yes, with the kind words that you guys have an amazing night and keep going, keep doing what you're doing. If you see there's something you're having doubt in yourself or anything like that, just know how Steve just said to us right now is because we're about to hit a breakthrough. Yeah. Ask yourself, give yourself some time, space, and go for it because hey, it's about to happen.
Man, that is awesome. So and with that being said, I don't have anything to follow up with that. Thank you for coming on my show. I appreciate you. Let's do it again.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, yes. And let's get these children off the bed. And you have a good night. All right.
All right, you too. Thank you so much, Eliseo.
All right, bye.
Bye, you guys. Good night.